Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Chimmel, the GOAT of ring announcers. And you're listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.
Really? Full of crap, Leland. Welcome to the Mars Podcast. I am Dan, joined by Gerard. Jacob should be here at any point, but he's dealing with a Taco Bell issue.
Understandable, computer, considering what we've heard about in the past week.
Spayed and neuter your animals. Gonna wait before we got into it, but since Gerard wants to get into it, so anything going on today with the fucking court case you want to talk about?
I'm happy for him because I'll tell you this right now. It vindicates a lot of what all these so-called experts said was going to happen.
Wait, what vindicates what? Leland said it right there.
No, what I'm saying is everybody said he was going to go to court. He was going to be found guilty of all this yada, 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 because they wanted to do their clickbait and stuff like that.
Well, we never said that.
But no, we never. I'm saying we never said it.
No.
So I'm saying is we look like the smart ones. Everybody else looks stupid right now because everybody. I'm saying how many people said Vince McMahon was going to go down because of this? And if you look at it in the past week, how many people have said he could go back and buy a TNA? He might come back on your local channel for WWE. Because now, Dan, he has one case pending against him now. One. That we all know is the epitome of the bullshit case. But we won't talk about this happening.
That's the only one that I'm like,
And, 45 years in the making on the other one to where we can all say, yeah, bullshit. I can't say his wife is helping him pull strings because, we don't know how him and his wife are getting along.
I can give you I know that look. I've made my wife have that look a couple of times, so I know exactly how she feels right now.
I'm just saying the fact of we can both agree that the guy that I got pictured behind me is not a perfect human being. Okay?
He's a piece of shit, but go on.
But we also know that there's people in this world that will see dollar signs behind that guy.
So I'll say this, and I've said it before. I've said it in my public life. I know that I'm a dick, and I get that. And I know that there are people in this world who are going to hate my guts. But my only request is that you hate my guts for the right reasons. And that's the thing about him. I've never shied away for the reasons I don't like Vince. I've never pretended like I don't like Vince, that I like Vince. I know why, and I've explained why. It goes back to my childhood and everything that he's done. It goes back to, trying to silence this channel. It goes back to a bunch of stuff. But I've also been an advocate of his when this whole Janelle Grant came out. For me, it didn't tread water from the beginning. It was basically putting a boat on the water that had holes all in it because her case, there's so many different places you could look at. Just like when we talked about the Ring Boys scandal. When we did that second video, when we did that video on the Ring Boys, there was no smoking gun. And so to talk about Vince and with Janelle, there's never been a smoking gun. There's been some allegations. There's been a shit ton of allegations. And has he done himself any favors with his past, things he's done and the stupid shit he's fucking been a part of? No. But the only good thing for me that came out of this is that the truth about Ashley Mazzaro was put out there, and we got to put a highlight on everything wrong that happened to her.
Well, and like we can know, I mean, unfortunately, the thing that I always look at like this, okay? This case does come across as the hooker who went to the courts to make the John pay. That's what it came across to me as. And I know some people could say, oh, that's a wrong look at it. No. First of all, look at the person. Okay. Look at the women, and we can say it. Look at the women in Vince's life who, the way they look compared to the way Janelle Grant looks. Let's go back to Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner never had a girl looking like Janelle Grant. Let's just say.
Okay, so that's a different mindset to look at. I'm not trying to look at it like that because it shouldn't be looked at like that. Janelle Grant, no matter what she looks like in your opinion or whatever, they had a relationship. You can say what you want, and Vince McMahon is not Hugh Hefner. He's not smuggling. He's not selling sex. Let's just say it like it is. He's not putting out. He's not.
Oh, hold on, Dan. Wait a minute. You can't say that because on one hand you say that, but on the other hand you accuse him of it. So it's like, wait a minute.
When do I accuse him of that? I accuse him of putting people in positions they don't want to be in. I accuse him of being a piece of shit, but I've never said that he's selling smut.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is you Hefner put people in that position too.
That willingly wanted to be in that position.
And what I'm saying is, it's funny how we hear about these women who say, I didn't want to do it. 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 But are they being honest? Because I'll tell you this right now. The guy that they're talking about has never come out and disclaimed it.
Okay. But the same guy basically ran a monopoly and there was nowhere else to go. So if he says either you do this or you lose the high paying job, some people have to fucking.
Listen, it's one of those things to where we can all agree that sexual harassment in the workplace, as it is in 2026, is not the same kind of rules that was in 1996. Okay?
Where are you going with this?
Women knew how to play the game just as good as men.
Okay, but this is not about playing the game. When there's stuff I've brought up, okay, the stuff that I've actually brought up, and I'll go back because we've talked about it multiple times in the last couple of episodes. Amy Dumas, not dumbass, huh?
Go ahead.
Amy Dumas said clearly she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to be part of that.
But what I'm saying is, and Dan, here's the thing: all these wrestlers come out and say that, but you've never heard this guy disclaim. He's never been allowed to come out and say that never happened, that never happened. But because it's only one side, and Vince McMahon himself has never come out and said nothing ever happened. Now
that was his choice. Hey, he decided he didn't want to say nothing.
No, we all know the reason why he doesn't say nothing.
Why?
Because good or bad, at least he has lawyers that tell him, shut the frick up. Because you know as well as I do, sometimes in litigation,
you're saying this, and you're all, but this is what ruins your credibility with this. You're the same guy that when this woman said this, the first instinct you had was to immediately go to the fact that, well, she cheated on her boyfriend, so she must be a hoe.
No, what I'm saying is, some of these people who come out and want to talk about Vince and say like that, we don't hear from Vince.
The rest of this?
All I'm saying is the fact of he has good lawyers that we're here. He doesn't come out and go against it or for it.
Okay, but you know what? Let's take another tactic there. I agree with you in that regard, because if Janelle Grant would have had his lawyers, her dumbass would not have been public once in this entire thing.
That's what she put this way. A couple months ago, this was not going to arbitration. She came out, opened up her mouth about something, and all of a sudden, where's it going to? Arbitration.
So last week we talked about Dixie Carter, and as soon as she saw the ability to be in front of the limelight, it changed everything. Right? Dixie Carter wanted to be a star, and it's my opinion. I'm of the opinion that Janelle Grant got a little bit taste of the fame and how she could play the victim, and that's where we're at, and that's great. You know what? That just ruined your whole case. You did what you said you were going to do, and you brought you brought all these allegations, but then you're so quick. It goes back to everything I've said. This was not tried in a criminal court. It was tried in civil court because this was about dollars and cents. It was about dollars, and she couldn't make sense of it.
And we can both say this. Is Vince McMahon the luckiest son of a bitch in the world for this? No. His lawyers know how to play technicalities. I'm not saying a lot of the shit that he's ever accused of, he never did. But you know what? You have a billionaire who knows how to play the lawyer game. And it's like playing chess. They know right where to go with the pieces. And I want those lawyers if I ever get into trouble like that. Absolutely, I'd want those lawyers. You'd want those lawyers. Who wouldn't want those lawyers? Okay? It's like the people who know how to beat the tax code. I wish I had those accountants who knew how to beat the tax code. But I don't have those guys.
Well, like I said, I'm not knocking the man for having, it's probably cost him an arm and a leg to get it done. Not that he doesn't have it. And that's all good and fine. But I'm not going to sit here and celebrate a guy who's done a bunch of fucking shady shit. Congratulations, you didn't get in trouble. He's not going to he was never going to go to prison. He was going to be out a bunch of money. But, congratulations that there's some sort of vindication, I guess. But to what Leland said earlier, it just means they settled in court. It doesn't prove guilt or innocent. Do I still think he took a dump on her chest? Yeah. Do I still think they did some freaky shit? Yeah. Do I still think that him and John Laurinaitis ran a train on her? Probably. But ultimately, it doesn't change anything. Everybody leaves at the status quo. She's going to get some money. He has fucking credibility. His name was ran through the mud, but he's used to that by now. I mean, nothing really changes. Even if this went to trial, even if it was long and dirty and it was fucking horrible, the things that were said, nothing was gonna change other than maybe the exchange of fucking money.
No, and that, like I said before, and that's why I'm saying to you, Vince McMahon has been accused of a lot of things. We all can say that. But he has a law firm that really knows how to work for him. You know who else has a law firm knows how to work for him too? A buddy of his, Trump. Okay? We can all say this. When you have the money to pay for a good law firm, you can see the light of day at the end of some things that you might be guilty of. But because your lawyers know how to play the system, I just want those lawyers if I ever get into trouble. That's it.
So the only thing I would say to Dan's point about what would have changed if it was in court versus this private arbitration is the fact that she would have been able to do what she said this was about, right? Expose him for his predatory nature. It would have given voices to other victims. It would have potentially uncovered other information we haven't heard about, right?
Yep.
So now that's not important. What's important is going into private arbitration and securing whatever little money she thinks she can get out of him now. She's taken the heat off of him. She's taken the pressure off of him because there's no threat of public exposure.
If she gets the other $2 million, okay? Let's just say she gets the other $2 million with lawyers' fees. Okay? So she still walks away with $2 million plus lawyers' fees. Is that a win for her?
I mean, I guess it is because she was getting zero at the point she filed the suit.
So that's what I'm saying is, if they come out and say, the NDA is still intact, but here's your $2 million. What have we been talking about for the past 3 years then?
Well, what have we been talking about? Why are we talking about Laurinaitis? Why are we talking about Brock Lesnar? Right. Why are we dropping all these names at the very end to go, you know what, forget I said all that. We're going to go handle this behind closed doors because, privacy.
That's what I'm saying. If she walks around...
Even if she was a victim, fuck her for changing tactics and making it all about money. If it was really what it was supposed to be about, which was about her exposing him, now what? She's wasted everybody's time. She's wasted everybody's empathy. Anybody who said she was a gold-digging whore, allegedly, is today feeling vindicated and feeling that they were accurate in their assessment of her.
And that's what I'm saying. If the NDA stays in place, she gets a $2 million and lawyer fees. What did she gain and what did she lose?
What it comes off to anybody who's actually followed the case and all this is that she's a petulant child throwing a tantrum because she didn't get what she wanted when she wanted it. Let's say she could say what she wants. She's probably not going to get the full $2 million, and then even after lawyer's fees, she's probably going to get a fucking third of that because how much time and effort has this fucking this agency put into it? Great, cool.
Would you equate this to the kid who goes to the store with their parents and sits in the middle of the aisle and lays down, kicking and screaming until he gets that toy?
No, I would agree with that. But what I'm saying is what it comes down to is you literally fucking played a game and you lost. If anything, you have basically made a dent. You haven't done shit, and that shit will buff out. Look, I'm grateful for the fact that it goes back to the catalyst of this very fucking program. The catalyst for you and I meeting is because of the stupid shit she did. Had we not done the Vince McMahon fucking video, it would not have led to the fucking Ring Boy video. It would not have led to me meeting you, and therefore it would not have led to us doing this podcast. So Janelle, thanks, you dumb fuck. But ultimately, we got to, it got to put a light on what was really important to me, and that was the Ashley Mazzaro stuff. I still truly believe that he's a predator. I think that he used to do things that were very inappropriate. I don't know if he still can do it now because he's as old as he is. I would hope that WWE as a whole recognize that man should not go into his own Hall of Fame because of the horrible things he's done and the fucking. But what she did do that was wrong is she put a guy like Brock Lesnar who didn't do shit. He was alleged of wanting to piss on people, but never was proven that he did or said, or he never fucking had sexual congress with her.
He wasn't even alleged to have done that to her. He just wanted her to allegedly send a video of her doing that. Well, so it wasn't even like he said, I want to do this to you or schedule a time to do this. He just said, send me a video of.
Listen.
So he did nothing. You kink shamed a guy. I would love to know how pissed off John Laurinaitis is right now, because if she settles behind closed doors, what did he pay her out of fear of what was going to be exposed? This attorney of hers in the beginning, Ann Callis, who was talking about how all these people are coming forward and they're sending them all this information and how big the suit was going to get. So what happened there? Is it a similar situation as to another scandal that is yet to go before a judge where people are talking out of their assholes about shit that didn't happen?
John Laurinaitis somewhere.
So sloppy.
Hey, John Laurinaitis somewhere is screaming, "Oh, to the people!"
But it goes back to the other case we talked about with the Ring Boy stuff. We talked about this over and over. Hold on. We talked about this, you and I, over and over. Where was the smoking gun? We literally went to the horse's mouth. Well, he's a jackass, but we went to the jackass's mouth and Gerard. Where's the smoking gun? We have proof. Hold on.
The part isn't everything Vince McMahon has ever been tried it.
No, but I'm not talking about him right now. I'm talking about the allegation, right? I'm talking about that. Everything that's come up.
Where's the true smoking gun on everything he's ever been charged with?
No, but that's the thing. I do absolutely agree that he's a fucking piece of shit. In my opinion, that doesn't change for me, Gerard. You understand? I don't think that he's solely at fault here. I think that I do think that he did some of this stupid shit. But I also think
I'm going to put it like this. His what's the word I'm looking for? His own ego has gotten the best of him on many of occasions. Okay?
That's very true. But what I'm saying is, and what I was getting at is, you spent a good fucking 15 minutes giving me shit talking about Amy Dumas and saying that she was a horrible person because she cheated on her fucking boyfriend, who was a fucking wrestler, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Oh, Vinnie Mac cheated on his wife. And the big issue here was that he cheated on his wife and he didn't want to get caught. So where's the... No, if you're going to come with your dick out and talk all this shit about Amy Dumas, why aren't you talking about Vince being a piece of shit too?
Let me put you like this, okay? Many years ago, many years ago, there was a thing to where.
Hold on. Are you not going to say hi to your biggest fan, Hulk Hogan?
Tokogen. I'm not going to mess up his name. Anyway, there was many years ago, it was reported that Linda's thing to Vince was this.
Oh, he's going to justify it.
No. Don't bring it home. And in many of occasions, his dumbass did what?
So you're saying that whenever he's messaging her in the text, we all justify the text messages are real. So the text messages that say, "My wife is aware of the situation. I don't want her taking everything." So that's bringing it home.
What I'm saying is, she knew he was going to go around and play around. Her biggest message to him was, "Don't bring it home."
It doesn't change the fact that you ran a woman.
What I'm saying is, this incident brought it freaking home. That's what I'm saying is, listen.
I don't look.
Let me tell you this right now. Never mind this, Linda. It embarrassed Stephanie. It embarrassed Shane. Okay, because now it's out there. Everybody always knew what Vince McMahon did. Everybody knew. But it embarrassed his family. And you know what? No matter what I say, no matter what you say, he has 3 other people in his life.
Exactly, Sloppy. Exactly. Because you know what? You know who else? Who also got embarrassed on a fucking national televised program? Fuck behind the scenes. Fuck us marks who go and look this shit up and find out for herself. He embarrassed a woman on national TV with hanging her job over her fucking head. Admit it was wrong. Just say it. Just say he was wrong to do that to her.
He did the multiple.
Okay, no. I'm not asking for multiple.
That's not better.
That doesn't make it better.
Multiple.
But you're going to defend the guy and say that she's a hoe.
At the end of the day, between the line between business and personal, okay, we can't go after him for his business sense. But the personal part of it, his no. Hey, most of us don't get the hall pass, okay? I'm saying to you this. Who are we to criticize him more than those 3 people in his life? And I'm going to tell you this right now. Those 3 people in life turned to 10 people in his life. He got 3 granddaughters, 3 grandsons.
Those are choices he made.
That's what I'm saying. He has to live with those choices.
And just like he has to live with the choices. Just like he has to live with the choice that he sat there and used his power, allegedly, because I'll go with Gerard's narrative, allegedly, used his power to put people who are in a vulnerable state in an even more vulnerable situation by basically holding their jobs over them and telling, if you don't do this, then you're going to find another job.
Man, I'm not telling you this guy right here is an angel.
But you want this guy in the Hall of Fame.
For what he's contributed. Listen, there are worse people in the. Let's put it like this, okay? Let's just go with Pete Rose, number 1, okay?
That was just gambling.
For fuck's sake.
Okay? I'm saying to you, in other. Will Chamberlain supposedly slept with 10,000 women.
And got AIDS.
Huh?
And got AIDS. But go on.
I'm saying to you like this. The epitome of the guy, Vince McMahon, deserves the respect just for the business.
Okay.
No.
This is where I disagree.
Because I'm going to tell you this right now. When everybody was giving Ted Turner respect when Ted Turner died,
yeah,
what did Ted Turner do for the business that Vince McMahon didn't do 10 times over?
That was Magic Johnson, dear.
Right.
I thought Chamberlain got HIV.
Oh.
Okay, I was wrong.
Remember, when Chamberlain was banging 10,000 women, my only thing is, when the hell do you have time to keep his pants on? But I'm saying,
hold on. Well, they didn't call him a stilt because he was tall.
No, Magic Johnson supposedly got AIDS, but now he's free and clear of it and stuff like that. To where he's the only one who ever got free and clear of it.
Hold on, let me clarify something.
I'm not defending Vince, by the way.
No. There has to be justice. There has to be accountability. And you're not going to get him financially. The man's he's got more money than Davy Crockett. It's just not going to happen. He's so old, there's no way that putting him in jail is going to do shit. At the end of the day, the fact that, in my belief, look, I could be wrong. There's still plenty of years left of life. The fact is, if he never goes into the Hall of Fame that he created, that he built, if he never achieves that goal, that is the greatest punishment he can ever receive. And I think it's just.
You got the message today, right? It's been 4 years ago today, Triple H took over. 4 years. Triple H took over. Okay. And I think 90% of the program is still Vince McMahon's idea.
Right.
Okay. To where, and the reason why I say that, because other than Triple H, the cronies that he has.
Exactly, Sloppy. Exactly.
I know I did. I'm going to disagree with you for kind of. I just had a thought. Don't get mad. I did order pizza, so don't be mad at me. If WWE had not been purchased by TKO, and it was still a publicly traded company, but it was still a McMahon family company, okay? Then I would say let him have it's the clubhouse he built. Let him put himself in there. This is not a National Wrestling Hall of Fame where it encompasses talent and promotions from all over the country, regardless of brand. Let him have his little clubhouse. Let him have his little Hall of Fame. He built it. It's his whatever. Go at it. But now TKO owns it. It's publicly traded, so he shouldn't be in now. But I would say, had he not sold out, let him do what he wants to do. Then build an actual Wrestling Hall of Fame like the Baseball Hall of Fame and encompass everyone who's ever been involved, all the territories, all the regions, all the managers, all the talent, and leave him the fuck out of that. But let him have his little clubhouse and do his thing and just leave him out of everything else.
What you're saying is Vince McMahon is the epitome of the Pete Rose of MLB, because we all know
you can't even compare.
You can't compare them because Pete Rose got in trouble for gambling. Okay, and that's
what I'm saying is Pete Rose. We all know Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. Okay, we all know
he
that.
is. They put him in posthumously.
They put him in. Yeah,
he has not been put in yet. He has not been put in. Pete Rose is not in the Major League Baseball.
Hold on, fact check that shit because he's old and senile. He may
he's not been put in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's eligible because he's dead, but he has not been put in. Okay.
See, okay, for someone who talks a lot, though, he talks a lot of shit. And did you ever watch that Christian Cage video I sent you?
Yes.
Okay, so the fact that if you ever listen to the shit you talk and the way you just say the word dead, he's fucking dead. I understand, Gerard, you have a father.
No, I don't.
And your father is dead.
A long time ago.
I'll be your... Again, the Christian Cage shit is hilarious. Even though you can't stand
what I'm saying is this.
So yes, Pete Rose was taken off the ineligibility list. He is now eligible because he
has not been voted in because of certain things. I'm saying to you is this. Vince McMahon, it will be the Pete Rose of professional wrestling.
Don't please. I'm going to ask you again. Do not fucking compare the two. Pete
Rose.
I'm
saying what I'm saying is he will not be put into the Hall of Fame.
We're bringing in our new sponsor. You're wearing a fucking...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! What the fuck?
I love the hairdo.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to get my paperboy hat.
I was gonna say that looks like what the Sheamus hat there.
Yep. I've had it long before Sheamus started doing that shit on WWE TV, so I'm pissed.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Jacob. He just got here. Welcome everybody, Jacoby. Do you think that Vince McMahon deserves to be in the fucking Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
And you know my fight on it. You know Gerard's fight on it. Why do you think that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
There would be no Hall of Fame without Vince. There would be no Hulk Hogan without Vince. There's a lot that they could mask. Head shitting aside, they can mask that, and I think they could get away with it if they're, especially going into Saudi Arabia.
Okay, getting away with it aside.
You like the jersey, by the way?
I like the jersey. I do like the jersey. I'm not talking about putting, sweeping shit under the rug. As a human being, as a man, do you believe that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame after everything he's done?
Yeah, Jimmy Snuka's in the Hall of Fame, so yeah.
No, I'm not comparing anybody. If you had final say, and I'm saying you right here, talking to me now, like, because I would say that Jimmy Snuka doesn't deserve to be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
I agree with you. Yeah. I would say, if you're asking me right now, we're going into WrestleMania 43. Yeah, I would do it. But we're talking about reactions, controversy. They're on ESPN now.
And
I get it. I get what you're saying. I personally,
hey, Dan, here's the saddest part of this. So this case gets dismissed yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
And the internet blew up with Vince McMahon coming back. Okay. It blew up yesterday with Vince McMahon. All these scenarios of Vince McMahon, him buying TNA and stuff like that. My thing about that is this, okay? If Vince McMahon comes back in any kind of shape or role in professional wrestling, I don't want to see an 82-year-old guy come back in. You know what? It's like put it this way, it's like watching Jerry Jones still watch with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't need to see these old farts.
He's always got to fucking take a jab at the Cowboys, doesn't he?
No, I'm not saying that too because I'm just saying I don't need to keep seeing these old farts.
Okay, and I get what you're saying, but I'm personally saying I don't want to watch it. I don't want if he's on TV, I don't want to watch it. If he buys another company, I don't want to watch it. My disdain for him is that deep.
If he buys another company, are we really not going to cover it?
Oh, you know the sad part.
I'll be doing y'all can cover it, and I will do this.
Will you really?
No, I'm being serious. I mean, I'm not even trying to go for the joke.
Again, I have I admit it. I may be crazy, but I have a visceral disgust for that man.
You know,
because
the sad part
I feel like
we could literally take Ted DiBiase's music and just put it on play and just put it on rewind. Because I'll tell you this right now, that would prove one thing in professional wrestling. Everybody has a price. Because if Vince comes back in any capacity, now, don't get me wrong. If he was to come back in any capacity and drops the prices of wrestling tickets.
Oh, I need to show you this. I forgot to show you this. When I met Danhausen, he autographed this in front of me.
Oh, was it in the toilet?
It was in the toilet. It was in the toilet.
I'm just saying is the fact of if Vince McMahon comes back in any capacity, it's gonna be the Mick Foley moment to where WCW had everybody change the channel. People are gonna flip on to see what he's
and that's great, but and that's good and fine. But I don't anybody that is willing to put that man on their programming. I want nothing.
I would be like this. I'm going to tell you this right now. If he walks out on WWE, if he walks out on AEW, if he walks out on TNA, if he walks out on Mom and Pop's promotion, the ratings for him to come out is going to be through the roof.
Great, and I hope
Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
And that's great. I hope that
JCW. Could you imagine Vince McMahon showing up at JCW with Vince Russo?
What I'm saying is this, though, and I hope
the mega powers have come together.
Oh my God!
I hope that their soul was worth it because I'd very much have to consider being done with that. Whatever promotion decides to allow him to grace their TV, I again, and you can say,
listen, okay, and I would say it like this: if Vince McMahon called me and said, "I want to come on the show," I say, Vince, tell me when, because the first people to get to interview this guy, the rating is going to go through the roof. Let's just say that, okay? My problem is what's going to happen after the first time.
Okay, so
it'll crater. It'll be great for a day, maybe a week, and then it's going to go back.
And again, what I would say is, even say that happened, I would probably not be on the show until he was off because
I'm saying is that first one, that whoever gets the first one interview,
great, and they can have it. I do not want a single dime, a cent, anything, because I am making it off of him.
Imagine Chris Van Vliet gets the interview, and he's just
good for him.
Tell me about the head shitting. What?
You know what the sad part is, and we can probably see, the amount of sellout lately in the professional wrestling world, because what I just saw, Busted Open now is becoming WWE radio or whatever like that. Professional wrestling is becoming a sellout business.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. I would look, and she made it very clear. One of my favorite things, and I really wish I could get back into it, was to sit down And she said I was wrong to call this, but interview people. But it wasn't interviews. I would have conversations with people.
You know what?
Hold on.
You know what you would do? I'm going to tell you this right now. You know what you would do? You would talk to them like they're a regular guy. You know, you talk to them about family. You talk to them about what they did for a living. And I'm going to put it like this: when you talk to people about their job, who the frick wants to talk about their job? You talk to people about their life. The conversation will take a life of its own.
But that's what I'm saying. I had conversations, and I enjoyed that. And when you talk about selling out, everybody's trying to get to this person, dude.
And by the way, that's how we met.
That's how we met.
We have a conversation.
And I'll say this: Dan has the best interview I've ever seen with Raven. He has the best interview I've ever seen with Sabu. Go watch those.
Life. When you talk about life,
yep.
What I'm saying is, I don't need to fucking. I would love to I would love to sit down and talk to fucking CM Punk. I would love to talk to Cody Rhodes. But I'm not looking for that. Well, you know who I want to talk to? Who I would love to have a conversation with right now? Bruiser Brody. If I could talk to anybody right now, it would be Bruiser Brody, because I would just.
If I could talk to anybody right now, it'd be Gino Hernandez.
Why? Because I'm fascinated because I've been watching a lot of fucking old Bruiser Brody videos. I would love to talk to Jim Cornette, not because everybody's fucking talking to Jim Cornette, but because as I've gotten older, my tastes and my passion for the product itself has leaned more towards the ideals of a Jim Cornette. Now, politically, completely opposite sides of the spectrum, but I think that he's brilliant in the way he produced stuff.
And
my one interview I would love to do was the Grand Wizard of Wrestling.
Ernie think about it like this. Going along that line, we can all agree yesterday beat today.
And that's great, but see, you talked about people selling out, right? And
that's not even apples to oranges. That's like apples.
But again, Gerard talked about people selling out. That's the one thing that I will hope after 80 episodes and 80 more we can stay consistent with, is that none of us have sold out. We're still fans. We don't have sponsorship on here. We're not sitting here begging people for attention.
But if you want to, we will not.
And we'd like to take this time to talk about Better Health. Better Health is. Can we talk about how Better Health is a fucking?
How about
scam?
Blue Chew?
Yes, Better Health.
Can we talk about Blue Chew?
Yeah.
I got a family member that passed away.
Hey, you can't throw Blue Chew at me. That's not fair.
Well, okay, but here's the thing: we can talk about how Better Health is.
That's not right.
Literally. If I see anyone peddle Better Health, I lose all respect for them immediately.
It's like, I just read something before we went on air that Ric Flair is going to be honored by the Cauliflower Alley Club. I'm like, wait a minute.
Is there something wrong with that? I mean, granted, he's become a damn.
I thought he was already in.
That correct, exactly. 76, 70, or whatever he is right now for age. And you know what the sad part is? Ric Flair in the past 10 years has destroyed Ric Flair.
And I get that, but it doesn't take away. We can say he's a womanizer. We can say this. He's not in court for some of these things. He's not.
What I mean by destroying Ric Flair, Ric Flair destroyed Ric Flair, he has gone 10 years past what he should have done.
And I agree. He's made it. Okay. So the difference, what I'll say is between him and Vince is that
Ric Flair.
We can say, we can always say that Andrade and Jay Lethal wrestled a casket match with Ric Flair because Ric Flair technically died in that match.
He did actually.
He said, I died for about 10 minutes. And
so what I'm saying is Ric Flair, where Vince McMahon has done some shitty, horrible things and hurt other people, Ric Flair has only hurt himself. And Ric Flair just hurt
himself. No.
Woman who rode Space Mountain, Daddy.
Don't say he's only hurt himself.
He's
been married 5 times. So don't say he's only hurt
I don't think they're bitching about the alimony, Gerard. I think they're doing okay. Okay. I think with as much alimony as that motherfucker has to pay.
Yeah, I would be hurting too.
Hey, wait, hold on. Don't you think some of them women and Do you think his daughter's totally acceptable of him?
Okay, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what.
So don't say whatever he's done in his life is okay.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying that he's done more damage to himself. You can't tell me he hasn't done more damage to himself than he's done to other people.
You know, it's the sad thing is like, did you ever picture a scenario where Ric Flair and Jake the Snake Roberts outlived Dusty Rhodes, outlived Hulk Hogan, outlived like that's
I'll not finish what you said to Jake.
What happened to that guy?
What you said.
Whatever happened to him?
We can say this: Hulk Hogan's death was a tragedy. Okay, we can say that. Dusty Rhodes was a tragedy. But
I didn't even know he was sick.
No, but it is part of life. Listen, no, what I'm saying is, heart conditions can be part of life. Okay. Hogan's tragic.
Okay, but would you agree that
like heart conditions and then all the cocaine and steroids?
Would you both agree that Ric Flair still being alive is almost a punishment to himself?
You ever seen the movie A Green Mile?
Yeah.
Where the guy lived to like to be 108 years old? Yeah, that's what Ric Flair is.
So now, we've almost got an hour, but I do want to transition because I do have another topic I do want to talk about. Something that we've been talking about for fucking months in this fucking program. Something that we damn near predicted. Could WWE going to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania be AEW's gain? Because what I'm hearing is that Tony Khan.
Tony Khan dropped the ball?
No, Tony Khan may be going to fucking New York.
No, I think he dropped the ball.
How? How did he fucking drop the ball?
You already come out and said there's going to be an NXT, there's going to be a AAA on WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, because they are literally trying to already outprogram AEW, and AEW hadn't said shit yet.
We said before,
and I think it's telling how the only...
we called it before in this show. What did we call before in this show? If AEW doesn't announce it first, it's garbage.
No, it's not.
Well,
yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I think the most telling thing about all this is that there's no events outside of WrestleMania that are announced for Saudi Arabia. There's no WWE World. There's no any of that shit. Because usually, if they're so like gung ho about this Saudi Arabia bullshit, like they say that they are, they would put all the press into there. There'd be NXT. There'd be an NXT in Saudi Arabia, and they would market the shit out of that.
Gerard, Stand Deliver is not in Saudi Arabia.
No, it's in New York.
Exactly.
No, yeah. So that's what I mean. If they were so gung ho that Nick Khan himself even came out and said, "Well, I think that the fans are gonna want to travel to Saudi Arabia." Like that's a fucking feasible option. Yeah, like that's a feasible option for half of fucking America to do.
Hey, Jacob, I have no interest in riding a camel.
Yeah, neither does, but like they made it seem like people are going to go to Saudi Arabia to go to WrestleMania. WrestleMania sells itself. We're all going to travel to Saudi Arabia. That's why AEW is probably going to capitalize on this.
No, and hear me out. Hear me out. So this is
happening shit in other cities in America.
All right, hold on. This is
if they didn't care about counter programming AEW, they would have events in Saudi Arabia.
I'm out. One at a time.
My bad.
But this is what I'm hearing. StarCast is going to be in New York. WrestleCon is going to be in New York. AEW, StarCast, WrestleCon. They have Arthur Ashe they can go to. They have the Barclays they've never gone to. They could go there. They could still okay. So wait, hold on, Gerard. WWE is holding a watch party in the fucking theater section of Madison Square Garden.
That's crazy.
How amazing would it be if AEW booked Madison Square Garden proper while WWE is doing a watch party in the theater?
I'm going to tell you the reason why they got the theater. New York Rangers are probably playing in the main event, the main building, or the New York Knicks
on Sunday.
Yeah, the Knicks or the Rangers are probably playing in the main building
on Sunday
because it will still be basketball and hockey season.
All I'm saying is, You sat there and said that Tony Khan dropped the ball here. It's not about who gets out first.
No, he should have announced it first.
Why? So WWE. Oh, hold on. What WWE did was they showed their hand early, and I think that's a mistake. I think they did it out of fear, and the reason I say that is you're months away. You are fucking months. You're a year away from fucking WrestleMania, right? And you've already announced what you're doing. You've already given AEW the.
What did WWE do against All In?
Booked the same fucking day.
They got something booked for the same day,
and the same city.
And I'm saying is, here's the problem with Tony Khan right now. What's the one thing WWE hasn't done yet? They haven't announced the date of WrestleMania. So they're booking all these shows, but they haven't announced a date.
Okay.
Why haven't they announced the date?
Because they're waiting to see what AEW does. They're concerned about AEW.
Well, and also there's a war going on in Saudi Arabia that
whatever.
They're prepared for. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
The camel jockeys and stuff like that, whatever.
For fuck's sake, dude. Jesus.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, guys.
We're going to get kicked the fuck off the air.
Why?
Gerard is no longer going to be allowed in Saudi Arabia.
Hey,
I mean,
we could off my back.
You know, it'd be great. You know, I could go to Saudi Arabia.
Unless Saudi Arabia extend me the invitation to go to Mecca, I could care less.
But what's really sad about all this is like how many like women do you see in the audience of these Saudi Arabia shows?
A few.
No,
you see a few. You see a few.
Hold on. What you said, Jacob, I want you to hear that. You said women. You know what I see a lot of?
Sloppy.
No, hold on. Hey, no, listen. I see a lot of girls. I don't see a lot of women. So you're right. But I see a lot of kids.
That Britney Spears song. I'm not a girl.
I'm not the 10-year-olds who are about to get married. I see a lot of those. I don't see a lot of women.
She will learn to love him.
Yes. I see the 10-year-olds. Yes.
You see, understand? You said, "Shut the fuck up. We still got to fucking do a show here, for fuck's sake."
Okay, arranged marriages aside, Saudi Arabia.
This isn't fucking Bonanza, you dick.
Okay.
No, anyway, let's get back to the fucking topic, you racist fucks. Yeah. What I'm saying is, you're getting upset, and you're saying that Tony Khan's dropped the ball. If I'm him, I'm waiting to see what WWE is going to do, so then I know. But I'm going to have my options open.
Wait, hold on. Gerard sounds like a good time at the carne
asada with all the yes. He's absolutely okay. Sloppy. Since folks think we're related, I just want to put it out there. You tell your fucking Tatia Rosa. Another plate of carnitas for fucking Gerard. He's just. Can
you please tell me what that means at the carne?
It's food. Okay, so he's basically saying you sound like a good time if he was you, me, and the uncles hanging out with my fucking aunts and shit like that, eating fucking Mexican food. His wife is also Spanish.
Oh, I'll put you like this, okay? So Puerto Rican, right?
She's the fancy Spanish. She's Puerto Rican.
I moved 6 yards of crushed stone today because I'm building my fire pit. So I'm not in the best. I'm not really, my body's right now telling me, what the hell did you do?
That's also the Alzheimer's.
No, my body saying to me, what the hell did you do moving 6 yards of crushed stone? Hey, listen, but I'll tell you this right now. I will drink you under the table.
He's not wrong. We took him to a steakhouse and this motherfucker's drinking, but then he has to get the fanciest fucking drink. I would like a grasshopper, please.
No, not a grasshopper.
Yes, it was.
It was not a grasshopper.
It was a
grasshopper, and you drank that shit pinkies up. I was there.
But to be fair, if you saw the size of the steak I ate and the onion rings.
Oh, yeah, those onion rings were
amazing.
That's Cattleman's Steakhouse in the Stockyards, DFW.
If you ever have the time to get to Fort Worth and stuff like that, it's well worth the trip to get there, and Billy Bob's. So,
but Thank you so much. No, but ultimately, you criticize Tony for not making a move here, but I think he's playing this strategically. Again, this comes off like WWE is threatened by AEW for all this talk that no, they're not.
I don't think they're threatened. I don't think they're threatened.
Dan,
threaten implies like AEW is going to come and bring them out of business. That's not happening anytime soon.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Gerard, Jacob. Let me ask you then, okay? Because I already know what Gerard's going to say. Let me ask you then why? Why is it that they're counter promoting against and they're doing shows on the same day? If they're not a threat, if they're not a big deal, how petty is that and why?
Because controversy and competition creates cash. Now, and in the famous words,
you're saying that the WWE counter booking is basically doing a favor for AEW?
Yeah, I would say so.
When Jim Cornette is defending AEW, there's a fucking problem.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm of the belief that Tony Khan's going to announce some big event that's, going to be cheap to go to, like either the day of or or next to WrestleMania, because it needs to happen that way. Because it's, again, like I was saying, if WWE
Exactly, Leland. Exactly. Welcome back. We always love Leland Patterson here. I'm still trying to get him on the show. Our people are talking to his people. Y'all may not know. Leland Patterson's a big deal.
Wait, one thing. I will say this. To be fair to him, his father turned 60 years old tomorrow. So
we weren't talking shit. We like Leland.
We actually had a birthday party for him last night. So
okay, but we weren't talking shit. We like Leland.
He's right.
Like you.
So, I'm saying is his father turned 60 years old tomorrow.
Okay, but we like Leland. We don't like you. Why are you trying to attack Leland?
Happy birthday to Leland's dad. But
happy birthday, Daddy Leland.
That's it.
Yeah. Leland Sr. is doing great. But here's the thing with this. Now, do I think WWE is threatened by AEW? No. Do I think that they counter program to get because they think AEW is a bug they need to squash? Yes, I do. Now, that only helps AEW, and it always has, because especially look where it's at now. Now, do I think that Kenny Omega having the title is good for business? No, because Kenny Omega is fucking held up by rubber bands of string at this point. So it's not good. So,
but say what you want. But the second that Kenny Omega won that title, they sold another 10,000 seats for All In.
Yeah.
Look, I personally, I have to remember this, right? That wrestling is not made for just me, right? It's made for everybody, and my particular taste may not be the taste of the majority, and that sucks.
I agree. I'll never shit on people for liking what they like unless they're fans of Joey Ryan or fans of people like that. I'll never shit on people.
So that being said, I personally would have loved to see the storyline of Will Ospreay going against MJF at Wembley. I think that told a better story. I think that was just an amazing. Now
I will say this: when Ospreay said that whole Ospreay, I will say
tickets available for £1.
I will say Ospreay has really kind of.
Hold on. You know what the £1 is? Here you go, $2. You get $2 ticket. Here you go.
Anyway, Jacob, go ahead.
Ospreay has really, I don't know where he got his promo ability from. I don't know what this is. The fact that me, a big Dragon Ball Z fan, I'm the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan you'll ever find. He came out there and he went up to Kenny Omega. This is like Goku and Vegeta in real life, bruv. And you could hear a fucking wet fart in the middle of the crowd. And that was somehow a hard line. I saw all the quotes on Twitter. This was, oh man, this is rocking. This is better than Rockin' Austin WrestleMania.
So here's the thing. I need to make a correction. I've seen that, and I don't agree with that, because there are fans out there, and some of us get lumped into it, but there are fans out there that want a counter to WWE so bad. They want it so fucking bad that they're willing to let anything go and think it's better. That's not the case. And I'll be the first to admit that there are times when AEW does not fucking do it for me. I'll say this. I don't like Kyle Fletcher. I can't get.
Did you see that thing at Comic-Con?
No, I did not. What thing?
No, okay. So they had a thing at Comic-Con. I'm sure Trips can find this. It's all over Twitter right now. But Comic-Con, AEW has a fucking booth there apparently, which is great. Like honestly, because like anything that was like there was only ever WWE shit at Comic-Con, and now there's an AEW panel, and now they're doing a crossover with DC, something like that. That's cool. But Kyle Fletcher, I guess Bandito and Brody King were doing a panel, and then Kyle Fletcher came to attack him at one of the panels. And I will say this, like I say this like, you know, like I'm joking sometimes. I've seen porn with better acting than this. Like if you're going to go and attack someone so Kyle Fletcher just attacked Bandito. And yeah, I've seen porn with better acting than what Kyle Fletcher's like, yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here in the middle of Comic-Con, and I'm like I've seen.
Yeah, she's looking it up right now, and again, I agree with you that.
But at least they're doing something. Like at least they're doing something.
So go to what Sloppy said. I disagree, and the reason I say that is because a lot of this stuff is rehashed old stories that they remix it and they do it over and over. So it's not always the promo; it's the delivery of the fucking promo, and it's how they captivate and get you invested, right? I'm invested because I look at someone like a fucking Will Ospreay, and that injury that he suffered, right? It would have ended a career 10 years ago, right? Go back to fucking Edge. Edge was out for all those years, but modern medicine has caught up to where he's back. Same with Paige, you know, shit like that. Even what
you just said about like, you know, just talking and speaking. Like, look at fucking Tekla. Like, look at what Tekla's done.
Tekla she may not have won her over, but Tekla has won me over.
Tekla,
and you're gonna hate this.
Tekla's won Jim Cornette over. Jim Cornette has been praising Tekla. So
you're gonna hate this, Jacob. You're gonna hate it, and I know Gerard hates it. I don't ever want him to have the world title again. But Darby Allin, what he does to his fucking body and the shit, how do you not root for that?
Okay, listen, I've always rooted for Darby Allin. I've always rooted for him, like the way because again, he's a fucking, like, he's, I remember I would see clips of him back in the day because he would do, like, replicate CKY shit, like Jackass and all that shit. So I knew who Darby Allin was from the Evolve days. So I've always been a fan of Darby Allin. I would never been a fan of world champion Leland. Darby Allin.
Leland. You're absolutely right. And that's the reason why I've gotten a lot more into AEW recently, is because they really have, yes, there's still some hardcore matches, but I have yet to see in the last fucking couple months, and what I've been watching, John Moxley getting stabbed in the fucking face with a fork, all right? And I don't need that. I don't need that in my fucking life.
Good evening, John.
I will say Wrestling Revolver just did a great show. Wrestling Revolver is Sandy Callahan's promotion. They just did a show last night, and it featured the return of Joe Gacy to the independent scene. He had a great match with Rich Swann. So
he's always on fucking vacation, a vacation of the fucking mind.
Gerard just heard Sandy Callahan, and he just was like, "Oh, Gazoon tight." He doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, I'm not on vacation again. I have a 4 weeks left for that.
But so
I'll be Invincible rules.
I'll say this about fucking AEW. I'm interested. I'm very interested, and part of it was the fucking MJF versus Darby Allin match. I mean, that shit was incredible. Okay. Fuck you, Darby, but you made me root for him. Put that shit away. Don't you start with that fucking puppet show again. Fuck you.
Hey, all you gotta do is look at the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern and doing that. That's great.
Love that. You know, Howard Stern's all right.
No, he's
My
not.
favorite thing is look up C-SPAN.
No. Jacob,
prank calls.
The Howard Stern that we grew up with, me and Dan grew up with, is not the same Howard Stern.
No, I mean, but like if you look up C-SPAN prank calls on YouTube, it's all just like people calling in onto the C-SPAN, the news network, and they're all just like saying Howard Stern.
Yes. That was in fact the Macho King.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, no, it's not Macho Man, it's Macho King. But no, like they would call into this news station with his bathtub play toy. Hey, fuck you.
Listen,
all right, listen.
The jerky boys.
Listen, it's too hot in Arizona to take baths, all right? I don't do that anymore. I invest in the Lush. I go to Lush to get the bath bombs. Like, it's good to get the sea salt scrub one. There's
You and Foodie Beauty shopping at Lush. That's some expensive shit.
Wait.
Oh yeah, no. There's a Lush in the mall that I go to.
Getting hit
great.
Thrown.
They have a wasabi shampoo.
What?
It's great.
Okay.
Wasabi. Wait. Wasabi shampoo.
Yeah, they have wasabi shampoo.
Hold on, Leland. Listen to me. Listen to me, Leland.
It's wonderful. It's like,
listen to me.
It clears up your pores.
Jacob, hold on.
Wait, we're talking shampoo.
Listen to me, Leland. It's not that Darby can fucking, beyond the hardcore bullshit, beyond that, Darby Allin could fucking wrestle. I can't stand the guy sometimes. I think he's undersized. I think he would make a great fucking TNT champion. That's great. The motherfucker can wrestle, dude. Like,
Dan, what is this thing about the indie show where a guy got dropped?
Oh, I gotta step out for a second. My fucking computer's about to die.
What is that?
I have no idea who the fuck did that. I no, I do not support that.
No. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. No, hold on. The mechanical saws or saws that saws, hand saws?
I don't know, but that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that?
Because some people are just idiots.
Regardless, I don't support that shit. Like, again, okay. The furthest I was okay with was when Daniel Bryan was turned on by the fucking Blackpool Combat Club when they became the Death Riders and they put the plastic bag over his head. That was similar to an old thing that Terry Funk did years ago. It was the image of it is horrifying, but it was The fuck are we talking about in the chat? Acid scrub for your feet.
I got hydrating cream, acid washes. I get off my feet scrubbed. I get all the types of stuff. The worst thing in having cracked feet, it really hurts.
Well, Jacob said he went to Lush, and he said they had wasabi shampoo, which I was interested in. And now John is sharing his tips as well. I like that we're a well-rounded podcast.
Hold on. I expect that type of shit from Gerard, Jacob, and Leland, but not you, John. What the fuck? Next thing you're going to tell me is you get mani-pedis.
Wasabi shampoo. Oh, wait, hold on. We talking about wasabi shampoo?
Fucking John. Your boy was talking about the scrub.
No, but I will say Lush has wasabi shampoo. It just says wasabi. You put it in your scalp. It's like cooling and it's really nice. Especially like I live in the middle of the fucking desert. It's 113 degrees right now. It fucking sucks.
Hey, Jacob, just so you know. It's a balmy 71 degrees here.
It's a great show.
Oh man,
it's a balmy.
No, but literally, Trips. If you look it up, it's online. Look up the wasabi shampoo.
We're talking about scalp moisturizing and feet care now.
Like, if we can talk about people shitting on each other, we can turn to body wash and shampoo.
Jacob, I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, if you go to Lush, man, it's worth it. I have the fucking sea salt scrub. I got they have a kelp. They have a kelp thing now.
Some of that body wash is $70 a bottle, though. It is extremely overpriced.
I'm going to take back control. Hold on, everybody, shut the fuck up. I'm taking control of the show again. Fuck this shit. Anyway.
You have to pay to look pretty.
Our next fucking topic.
Jacob, it's 69 degrees here.
Shut the fuck up. The next thing we're gonna
fuck you.
we're gonna talk about is all the departures. Case in point, apparently Bailey is not re-signing with WWE, and I know that you don't like Bailey, but I know that for a fact. I know okay, you may say that, but I know for a fact that Jacob does like some Bailey booty.
I really do.
We can appreciate the booty and hate the wrestling. Go on.
I can hate the wrestling, appreciate the booty, appreciate the Jay Leno face.
Sammy Guevara is potentially going to WWE. He's not going to resign.
That's not going to happen. I got news for you. If you think that this guy is going to go to WWE,
and already has happened, Mike Santana has left TNA and is now in NXT.
Well, can we talk about the name change possibility on that?
What the fuck? Yeah, what is about that?
They said the hottest free agent. You see how I'm holding my microphone like it's a wine cup.
Saw that.
So Mike Santana, a person who has been on an NXT TV
already,
times. Yeah, multiple times with the TNA World Championship. They said, a former TNA champion, he's here. They didn't say what his name was. They didn't say anything about that. Now, I am hopeful that they don't change his name because that would be really fucking stupid, and I don't know why the fuck they would do that. Like, again, like, oh, you know, they changed Walter to Gunther, they changed all these other names. It's like, no, this one, he has been on NXT TV multiple times. They know exactly who this fucking person is.
John, and I get you that, but Bailey's had some decent ones, like Bailey against Mercedes Moné at Barclays. And I think the match. Hold on, the match she just had with Laura Valkyria, even though it was a botch fest in the beginning, they really brought it back. They
man, I gotta tell you, man, I fucking love, you know, I love Rabid Bird. You know, I mean, she's not Bird Girl anymore, man. Rabid Bird is fucking. I don't know what it was like when she was, you know, choking out Bailey. Like it unlocked something in the loins of Inner Jacob. You know, it literally just, you know, brought me back to a certain time. No, but like it was
a certain time.
A certain time. A certain time, you know. Yeah, no, a certain time, a better time. But no,
a country time.
Jacob, I want to tell you one thing. Unfortunately for Bailey, since she...
Oh, my God. Going back to Lush real quick, I'm a...
Listen, Lush has some good shit. Like, it's not just expensive shit.
Hey, Lee, growing up, you knew I was a family of 5 and I was the only man. So leave me alone.
Well, I'm the youngest of 4 older sisters, so
correct.
You know, like again, so like I've experienced this shit, man. I remember like I went into Claire's sometimes, man. Like they had some cool ass shit in Claire's. Like it was like, you know,
we're gonna be one day the only fucking wrestling podcast that's sponsored by fucking Lush.
Yeah, no, Lush would be good, dude. Trust me, if they want someone for the fucking spot, dude, I use that shit. That fucking sea salt scrub, man, beautiful.
He knows. I grew up with 4 older sisters.
It doesn't. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about he's got a family of 3 with fucking. They're using feminine products.
Right, and guess what?
Oh,
if they all 4 of my sisters.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, if all 4 of my sisters were on that special time of the month, I was screwed. But
I can't do it, Sloppy. What's up, little man? Woo! He's getting so damn big.
What do you know about that? Oh, he's got Sonic shirt on? That's crazy.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Oh my God. Crap! You got me unprepared. I have a whole Sonic statue. Like when you press it, it says Sega. Fuck! I gotta find it.
See you later.
I've lost complete control of the show. I have lost complete control of the show.
We're getting torn down by a 6-year-old.
The show has literally gone into the toilet. Okay.
You got to think about this. Boom, 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 boom.
That being said, what are your thoughts on Bailey going to AEW?
I put it this way, okay? I'm going to tell you this.
Kid did win the stream.
Hold on. When she had her ACL problem, I don't think she ever came back after her ACL problem what she was before the ACL. She blew up. Let's just say she gained weight. And she never...
She gained weight? What?
Wait, what?
Did she gain weight? I didn't
no, I'm saying is she never came back and was the same person that she was before.
To answer your question, John, I live in that area. Yes, not to dox myself, but yes.
And it's sad that the fact of Bailey can wrestle.
Yeah,
but she never was given the chance again after that injury.
But I also think that she lost her. Okay, hot take here. Her best opponent was Sasha Banks. No one can argue that. The magic that they had was similar to. I'm not saying it's them, but the chemistry that Flair had with Dusty was the same chemistry that Sasha and fucking Sasha Banks had. I think that they just every match that they had together was incredible, and they always upped it from the Barclays Center to the fucking Hell in the Cell. The way that they worked together was great. I think she's missed Sasha this entire time, and I think her going to AEW gives her the opportunity to work with a whole new set of women. Because you can say what you want about WWE, but they don't. Their women's division is not what it should be. But if Bayley goes over to AEW, off the bat, she's got Chris Statlander she can work with. She's got Megan Bain. She's got the Triangle of Madness. She's and case in point, think about the promos between Tekla and Bayley.
She got Mercedes.
She's got Mercedes.
But
here's the thing.
Tony Storm.
I would love to see her and Tony Storm. I would love.
Yeah, Tony Storm would be great. Again, Bayley going to AEW is a fresh coat of paint. You know, again, like sometimes, you know, not to put a baseball analogy or a fucking football analogy, sometimes all you need is a new team. You need a fresh coat of paint, and it works. You know. Now, I think with all that you stated with the Sasha matches, the common denominator in that was Bayley. Bayley made those matches.
Well, and Leland, I think
there hasn't been a single Sasha match since Bayley that has been captivating, that has been good. Even when she main evented with Bianca, that was okay. But they were crying through half of it, so it wasn't really a fucking good match. Now, was it? Now, it's kind of unfortunate that this is how, like, you know, because again, Bayley, like, she does these interviews like feeling undervalued and that, like, you know, I've just never been up with that, you know, the 4-horse. I've never been like with, like,
okay,
she just has.
But I think that plays into what Leland just said, and I think I agree with Leland. I think though, but if you're, I don't work for AEW. I may be AEW shill, but I don't work for AEW. But I'll absolutely say that to have her go over there in a different organization where you kind of have to speak up, like the loudest dog is going to get fed over there in AEW. That's going to help her, especially with someone like
really the loudest dog gets fed. Is it really that? Is that really how it is there?
Well, it's more fucking, you know, wrestler orientated. Like it's not. It doesn't feel like a fucking corporate structure over there. It feels like they're working as a fucking team.
Yeah, but like seeing that and then seeing like how someone like Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate have been used, and like there's certain like
we hurt people. What have they done wrong? What the fuck have they done wrong?
What have they hurt people? Who are they hurting? Themselves? I mean, obviously
they beat the shit out of Ricochet. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Well, of course, because it's fucking Ricochet. Like, you know, Ricochet beats the shit out of himself more than anyone. So it's like. That in particular, like seeing how the Hurt Syndicate is being used, and you know,
right?
MVP,
yeah, but they're not.
You have MVP out there, like saying that, you know, basically accusing Triple H of like quasi racism, and like, but then like, oh no, it's not. It has nothing to do with race, but like it does have to do with race.
What does that have to do with how they're? What does that have to do with how they're being treated? I think they're being treated quite well. They may not be a prominent figure right now, but there was a good while they were champions.
It's just like they were being. So again, we got Jericho back in the mix. Now we got Painmakers coming back
on Sunday. Yeah,
with Tommaso Ciampa, and you know the fucking commentary team can't get it right because they say Ciampa. Oh, Tommaso Ciampa.
If that is your biggest complaint, I'm okay with it.
No, okay. No, here's the thing. It's not my biggest complaint. My complaint about that is we went from having Tommaso Ciampa being the TNT champion immediately. He gets this big presentation. He's over the moon. He's a champion, and then he loses the championship the next week, and now he's feuding with Chris Jericho
in a prominent match.
But the only difference is that Chris Jericho has face paint on.
Okay, fair. What's Johnny Gargano doing right now?
Well, he's planking on the fucking floor. But what does that have to do with anything? Like, what, you know?
So would you rather him be in WWE where he'd be a fucking joke, or would you rather be somewhere else where he's prominently?
He was being used. They had a tag team. They were tag team champions.
for like 2 weeks. How's that going? How was that going for them?
Hey, I gotta tell you, man, I would stick with that better than again, like what? If we're looking at the lesser of two evils,
you have a guy in Tommaso Ciampa who's allowed to go out there and apply his craft. And let's just say, you may not like him, you may not fucking agree with it, you may not want to support him, but Jericho is a legend. He's a fucking legend. But he's having matches with Chris Jericho. We don't know what the next storyline is for Tommaso Ciampa. We don't know what's going on. What we do know is that he's being showcased. He's not in the backstage scene standing fucking face down in a comatose state while his wife wipes his ass.
I'm glad. And again, I think Gargano's over in this situation because, again, if you get paid just to sit, just to lay down with your wife there, come on, you're making, you're better off than,
Okay, well, I'd rather watch the guy that I enjoyed in NXT who's made a return and actually having a match. Leland said it earlier. All we want, he did say that, all we want is for WWE to be better. And the more that AEW is putting on legitimate wrestling and actually showcasing what these guys can do, it's another nail in the coffin of WWE. TKO and its corporate structure would rather get more for less. They'd rather not fucking showcase these guys and pay them less and try to suck all the money they can out of those three letters than return it to something of quality. AEW is listening for the most part and providing fucking quality shit. Look, you may not like him, but the cat who was in fucking Jet Speed, oh god, I forgot his name. I just slipped my name.
Speedball?
Not Speedball, the Jet.
Oh, Kevin Knight.
Kevin Knight has got a title match with fucking Kenny Omega.
Well, isn't that the problem that you couldn't even remember his fucking name? Like, isn't that kind of a problem?
I had it and I just dropped it. That's on me. But you know how good Kevin Knight is. You know how good Kevin Knight is.
And honestly, this is another fucking LOL TNA moment because TNA had Kevin Knight. TNA had fucking Speedball. They had all these fucking guys. They didn't do a goddamn thing with them. And now look what's happening with TNA. Like, it's sad because I'm always going to be a TNA mark.
Okay, so and Leland, I'm not, and that sucks. It does suck, but I'm not complaining because I know how good Kevin Knight is. Now, look, I don't think Kevin Knight's going to win, but what a fucking showcase for a guy like him.
I would put the fucking belt on Kevin Knight. I would do it. What do they got to lose? What do they got? Kenny's not fucking doing any ratings. Kenny's not drawing any fucking money.
But
why
Leland, but Leland, my point is, what if he comes out of this looking so good that now he's another main event player?
I agree with what Leland's saying, but because again, being a good wrestler doesn't mean you get a world title match. I agree with that.
No, I completely understand. I get where Leland's coming from, but my thing is
where we were. Remember when they had remember when good old Royce Keys was back when he was about to face John Moxley for the world title. We said on this podcast, we were like, they need to change the belt. Like, they need to fucking do it. Like, shock the fucking world because Hobbs was established and they could have done it and it would have been fucking beautiful and they didn't fucking do it. And now look where Hobbs is now.
Well, and to go back to what y'all were saying about AEW being about wrestling, can we talk about the bullshit on Saturday night's main event where we spent 30 minutes sucking the Knicks off when we could have had another match in that pay-per-view? What the fuck was that about?
Okay, can we talk about that? Because I wasn't on here for that Knicks bullshit. Can we talk about that?
Please.
Because, okay. Now,
I bitched the whole time. He was so tired of hearing from me about it.
Listen, I can get it if this was again, Knicks won the championship. It was beautiful. But
I thought the Danhausen stuff was funny. I enjoyed the fact that he put
the Danhausen stuff was funny. I don't even know who the fuck Cat is. I don't give a shit about
But did you not think it was funny that he took a cat and a Knicks jersey and
that was funny. That was hilarious.
Okay with that. I was okay with
that. That was hilarious.
Okay with the 30-minute behind the scenes approach to the fucking ring with Roman Reigns and
Roman Reigns.
Remember when WWE was a wrestling organization? Why the fuck do we give a shit about basketball?
Yes. Oh my God, I'm glad. Okay, so Roman Reigns sold this motherfucker, what's his name? Jalen Brunson. I didn't even know who the fuck this guy was until like the promotion of this. Again, I'm not fucking being a dick, like just trying to talk shit. I'm wearing a Phillies fucking baseball jersey. I don't give a shit about sports really. I just have this because my dad gives me jerseys every now and then. But here's the thing. Roman Reigns talked more about, like, hyped Jalen Brunson up more than he's ever hyped his own family up. I've never heard Roman Reigns talk about his own father that way. Like, oh, yeah, this is the undisputed champion of New York, and we're here now, and I gotta ask New York a question. What? Acknowledge me. And like,
can we agree?
He didn't fucking give tribute to his dad this way.
Can we agree that this newer iteration of the bloodline has not yet lived up to the fucking hype of the old version?
What every iteration has sucked. What do you mean? What iteration?
No,
every iteration has sucked
balls.
balls.
No, I'm talking the first time we had the bloodline. It was must see fucking TV from the Sammy stuff.
So no. Okay, so the first time we ever had the bloodline was Roman Reigns and the Usos against AJ Styles.
What I'm saying is, as they built up to like the Usi moment, the Sami Zayn fucking fight.
No. That wasn't the first iteration of the bloodline. The first iteration of the bloodline was the Usos, the face painted Usos.
Let me say the first storyline for the bloodline that lasted 3 years. And Roman said it himself. Roman became and got over and got cool.
Got Sol Ruka in the background. What the fuck? What's Gerard doing?
I think that like if you look at that past fucking bloodline storyline from the fucking watching Solo, watching everything come up and the whole 3 year fucking thing of the bloodline.
Okay, it was good for like the first half of it. And then once the whole Sammy Uso bullshit happened, it got stale after that. Then Jey Uso turned on him, but then he didn't turn on him, but then he went back to them, but now he's not back to them, but now he's on his own. And then we had the whole fucking bullshit with Solo Sikoa and the Tongans and the MFTs and the fucking, BFGs and the fucking, BCCs and all that bullshit. And now fucking half of the MFTs are gone. We don't know where the fuck Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga and fucking Shama Shanga or all those fake.
You forgot about Chimichanga.
Yeah, we don't know about chimichangas, but again, Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga has disappeared. Now Solo's a baby face, and again, that's what they've always should have done with Solo, because out of all of the Usos, he's the funniest one. Like it's crazy. Solo's the funniest. Jay's the fucking drunk retard, and then we have Jimmy, who's like the best worker out of all of them, and Now we're supposed to believe that Jay is some type of badass, and none of that yeet shit never mattered. Now he's back with his family, and now Jacob Fatu is a cuck to Roman Reigns. And
I don't agree with that. That bugs the shit out of me because Jacob is so much better, and now they're talking about bringing
when they had Michael Cole come out and said, the werewolf is neutered.
Oh God, that was again. But you and I agree with that. That was fucking horse shit.
That was it. That was done. Jacob's done. Now and again, who cares about any of this shit? Because again,
did you get any more behind the scenes?
It doesn't matter because Jalen Brunson is better than all of them. Jalen Brunson, man, the undisputed.
Okay, John. Jacob is amazing. Jacob and
he's great. He's always been great.
Jacob and MLW was amazing. Jacob when he first started here was amazing. Jacob as a wrestler is amazing. But the second that Michael Cole, and I'm not mad at Michael Cole. I feel like this is
he was totally fed that line.
He was fed that line, but the fact that you go in there and you take someone like Jacob Fatu and say the Samoan werewolf has been neutered.
I was like, oh no.
Just as bad.
John just proved my point, what he just said. His voice isn't scary. Again, when they put Solo in this group to have the fact that they had Solo trying to lead Jacob Fatu and Jeff Cobb of all fucking people, what they did to Jeff Cobb is unforgivable. If
you mean Jason Mateo, right?
Yeah, JC Mateo. I'm sorry.
Jeff Cobb Mateo.
Yeah. And
Solo
is a great baby face.
Jacob, this is the equivalent of when they put Obafemi in the motherfucking ring and tried to make him get a challenge from Jey Uso. So I'm supposed to believe that at WrestleMania, at SummerSlam, in the Hell in a Cell match, I'm supposed to still think that Obafemi is a threat when he struggled facing that guy.
Well, and again, now we have Jey Uso. Now we have the Uso. Sorry, Gesundheit. That fucking thing was brought to you by John Cena's retirement. So Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and fucking Jacob Fatu are going to face LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo. And again, Solo is a great baby face. Like, we've known this for a while. Solo actually has a fucking personality. And, like, we're supposed to believe that
What are you doing, Gerard? Are you running the fucking slideshow now?
Gerard has some pictures saved that I'm just like, where the fuck did you get some of those? Like, huh? Like that's like a backstage photo of Cena from 2011. Like that's
Leland. I brought that up fucking last week. Like, again, Mike Santana is not buried yet, I don't think. But what the fuck? Joe Hendry was back on television. I don't.
And Royden Race hasn't been on fucking TV, which is fine because again, if you're married to an octopus, you're gonna be fucking put in a corner like an octopus. I don't know what the fuck. Again, I've never been a fan of Jordan Grace. I just think she's. Really,
I think you're wrong. Jordan Grace is amazing, but
I think she's a great human being under all that. But like she's very like I feel like if I'd catch something if I touched her. I'd be like like some. Like she's an X-Men, like I don't want to, you know what I mean? She's a mutant.
She's in incredible shape. She does a hell of a job for her stature. She fucking
help from my old Uncle Roy.
Jesus.
Sorry, I call it like I see it. I'm sorry. Again, if you look at before and after pictures, again, I don't care. I'm never gonna be as physically fit as Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace can whoop my fucking ass, and I would gladly welcome it. But it's I feel like if I don't want to get radiation when I see someone, again, sorry. Gerard Millette is also a part of this podcast, and
you can jump in anytime, Gerard.
Listen, what I've been hearing you guys do for about the past 15 minutes.
You need to get your own action figures. You need to.
Well, first of all, okay, when it comes to Bayley. She's a victim of her own, how can I say, laid back style. I don't know if it's anybody who could deny that Bayley can wrestle.
Yeah.
But when she got away from the hugging thing for some reason or another, and when she came back and she had the fatal influence and all that stuff, it's just one of those things to where.
You mean damage control?
Damage control, sorry. It's just one of those things to where, was it Bayley?
I think, okay.
I think the problem, the biggest problem with Bayley is this, okay? We can both. She's honestly one of those women on the mic. No, on the mic. I think her talking on the mic hurts her, but her wrestling ability saves.
I agree and I disagree because I think that she's not the greatest heel. I do love her back and forth with Michael Cole. I think when she calls Michael Cole stupid and she got fucking Michael Cole's name cut in the back of her hair and all that shit just to fuck with Michael Cole. I love that dynamic. Now, I loved her match. Again, no bones about it. I think her and fucking Mercedes had the best fucking match they've ever had with each other. That being said, I think one of the best moments in recent history is when she won the Royal Rumble. And she's in the ring with Damage Control. She's in there with fucking Asuka and Io and Kairi. And they're saying this. And then Bayley speaks Japanese and says, "You didn't think I didn't know what y'all were talking about?" And the match that led up to their match at WrestleMania, I think that was amazing from a fan standpoint. I think Bayley is the prominent fucking baby face chasing the title. I think that her best role is chasing a title, because you want to see her win when she's in that role. I just don't think she's had anything to chew on recently. And this stuff with Lyra has gone on way too long without a fucking payoff. I really do hope that match she had at Saturday, because I think you and I agreed that even with the broken nose and everything else, they did an excellent job rebounding that match.
Yeah, that was a hell of a match.
I think that she got Lyra over, and the way she sold that bulldog choke, I think that Lyra looked fantastic. But I do hope that was her swan song. I do hope she got sent off, and I do hope she goes to AEW, because I think that she as a person has the ability to be great. I like Bayley. It's not her ass. It's not whatever that Jacob says. I like Bayley.
I like Bayley too.
I'm not saying I don't like Bayley. My problem is this: is an injury that happened 4 years ago. Was that her downfall?
You see, you keep referencing that injury. I don't even know what injury you're talking about, to be honest with you.
She tore her ACL. She came back.
Was it that obvious? Like you really noticed? I never really.
Oh no, absolutely. Put it this way, I want to say she was out for like 8 months or 9 months, but she came back and she was a little heavier than what she was before she left. And because of that, did the company look at?
So Bayley, I don't think that she's ever had a bad physique. She's kind of a thick gal, and I'm not saying that to be fucking, not saying that to be hateful. I'm saying that she's built like a woman. Like, and that's my thing about Bayley. I love Bayley because she is a woman. She goes out there. She's not, and again, I like Jordan Grace and physiques and all that, but she goes out there and she does a damn good job. But that's a woman. To me, Bayley is a fucking woman. And again, I want to talk about what Leland just said. It has nothing to do with my like of AEW, but that okay. So
here's my thing with that.
Hold that thought, because I do want to hear your opinion on this, because I want to bring this up. I was listening to Wrestling Bios, which is a wonderful YouTube channel.
Great.
And it was talking about Black Sunday. And if y'all don't remember what Black Sunday is, that's when WWE or WWF at the time, Vince McMahon went in and took the time slot after he bought a majority of Georgia Championship Wrestling and completely took all of the old AW, all the fucking NWA shit off and put his crap on. And this was the time when those fans, what the fuck happened to Gerard? Anyway, they took off all the old NWA stuff, and they replaced it with shit like fucking Ivan Putski and fucking the Iron Sheik back when he was boring as shit and all that other stuff. And the fans hated it. But Vince did it because he wanted to corner the fucking market, because if he couldn't get his shit on, nobody else needed to be on it. And that's the problem I had with Vince as far as then and somewhat now. Vince talks about wanting competition. But if you want competition, then let the fans decide. Don't price people out. Don't fucking try to take over an entire fucking network and a station so there's no one else that has a chance on the cable station. That's the old Vince ideals of doing things. So now rewind or fast forward to where we're at now, and David Greca basically turning Busted Open into WWE radio. That is fucking pathetic. Why would you do that unless you're getting coin in your pocket? That again. As a wrestling fan in 2026, I want all aspects. How about we talk about AAA? Yes, it's a WWE-owned company. Let's talk about MLW. Let's talk about fucking New Japan. Let's talk about everything. Let's soak it all in.
I'm going to put
now.
I said to somebody today, and I'm going to tell you this: if I hear freaking Dave LaGreca on WWE commentating, I'm going to throw up. And let me tell you why I'm going to throw up. He sold out something he started because he thought he did it so well that he's going to take the money and run.
We were all waiting for you to say bye. Damn it! Don't ignore that beautiful.
No, I'm saying the fact that he took the money. He's going to take the money and run. Dave LaGreca, you sold out on the thing that you were so proud of creating.
So in that same breath, as much as I can't stand Dave fucking Meltzer, do not fucking sit there and fucking start criticizing Dave Meltzer because at least he does both sides. You may not like him, but at least that fuckface does both sides.
Here's where I disagree. Here's where I disagree.
He's never sold out. We listen. He's never sold out. You want to know why he's never sold out? Because who's gonna buy old part mark shit?
Shut the fuck up.
Here's where I'll disagree with it. Okay, so is it confirmed that Busted Open as a whole is going away and it's WWE Radio? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Okay, so now Bully Ray has been under a Legends contract for 2 years. Who else is on the show? Tommy Dreamer is under a Legends contract.
Miyazaki Henry.
Yeah, Mark Henry is under a Legends contract. Natty is on the show a bunch of times, and she's under contract supremely. Probably to her detriment now she's on NXT. She's,
Justin
being
LeBar. Hey, Justin LeBar, if I'm right, he does a show with. Oh, I know who he does a show with. Justin LeBar does a show with Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah. So these are all people who are under contract with WWE anyways. Now, the only person who has been iced out is Thunder Rosa, because Thunder Rosa is on the Busted Open payroll, and she got iced out. She's no longer going to be on this. But, again,
Sam Roberts gets to bring his wrestling podcast now. He'll be on there every day.
Yeah, and so for anyone...
I like Sam Roberts, but the fact is Sam Roberts has
been under WWE's payroll since fucking 2019.
Jonathan Coachman. Jonathan Coachman and stuff like that. All these people have been on Busted Open. It's like you just sold out. You say you hate the WWE so much, but you just collected a freaking paycheck.
No, all of these people have been on WWE's payroll. So the fact people are like, oh, this is just going to be a WWE show. It's like, okay, well, you guys have been listening to people who have been under WWE contract for years now. So...
okay, but Jacob, it's one thing. It's one thing to sit here and say, okay, so just hypothetical.
Hey, hold on, Dan. I was told a year and a half ago that a certain fucking idiot from the Panhandle of Texas was going to get on Sirius Radio.
And you were seriously going to believe that?
Happen.
And you seriously believe that?
And I'm hoping that the sky's open and the sun can do what he needs to do.
Jesus, that's for a future episode. But what I'm saying is, this is the thing that bothers me about that. Hypothetical, completely hypothetical. MLW contacts us and say, "Hey, could you promote our next show?" No problem. You know what? Yeah, well, and I would make it very clear. This is a paid sponsorship. This 5-minute little promo for MLW. So and so is going to face so and so, whatever. JCW says, "Hey, could y'all?" Sure, no problem. A homeless guy is going to fight a guy in a wheelchair at JCW, Clown Fest or whatever. Sure, no problem. This is a paid sponsorship buy.
Hallow Wicked is coming up actually.
AEW calls us and says, "Hey, could y'all do it?" Yeah, no problem. 5-minute spot. Yeah, this is sponsored by AEW. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it anyway, but. Whatever we're talking about at that moment is sponsored by them for that 5-10 minutes. Cool.
And Lush.
And apparently Lush.
And Lush.
The Lush fucking shampoo on a pole match. We're gonna sponsor that.
Hey, you know how fucking great that would be besides like all this other shit that's going on right now.
But what I'm saying is they've decided to completely sell out their entire fucking programming block to a company that already has enough. I get it. That speaks, right? I get it. I understand. I'd like to have my coffers fucking filled up. I'd love to have more money in the bank. I get that. But the idea of you're supposed to be, and because you call yourself commentators and journalists, so have some fucking integrity.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, the New Yorkers. And you know what? New Yorkers will sell out like that. And I'll call. Hold
on. I know a New Yorker. Let me make a phone call. Hey, he's talking about you on the podcast again. I need you to get in here and handle it.
No.
No. You brought this on yourself.
No. Fuck are you on about?
Wait a minute. No, I'm talking about true New Yorkers. That person is from New Zealand. Okay?
No. You need to correct that.
Huh?
And I'm saying
What?
That-
Australia,
the guy
by
who-
the way.
She's from Australia. So yeah, that's hold on, Gerard. Time out. That's twice. She's
You're
not
going to
from,
slander me. Do it correctly.
she's from she was born in Australia,
Oh, sorry.
You were born in Australia, Trips?
Yes, I was.
and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
from
Long Island.
Okay.
Long Island.
Oh, wait, hold on. See, being from Long Island in New York is like being from Boston and Provincetown. Okay?
Wow.
I feel like this is the whole fucking Staten Island conversation he and I
It
had
is.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, my thing about this is like Dave LaGreca, people used to compliment him all the time for starting Busted Open and stuff like that. He took the paycheck. You know what? So he can ride off into that sunset. Good for him.
So is he? He's no longer going to be there. It's owned by WWE now, right? So that okay, time out. Then I have to retract some stuff. I thought he was basically becoming the shill. You know
No,
what?
that whole station, that whole channel on Sirius XM is WWE radio. It's all
Yeah,
WWE,
WWE radio
all the
now.
time.
So then okay, so then again, I was fed.
I mean, I'm honestly
hold on,
like,
hold on. I was fed different information, and I can't get mad. That's their business. He sold his company. That's not.
Well, and I'm honestly like kind of shocked that this sort of thing hasn't existed already before, because like kind of seems like a no-brainer, like, you know, like with radio stations and stuff, especially like when Busted Open started to like branch out into the like when immediately they brought Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray on, and fucking they started doing all that shit. I thought they were gonna start doing play-by-plays of like TNA pay-per-views.
Think about the names you
like
just mentioned. The names you just mentioned, and you know what? You can't tell me they're not still all collecting a check from TKO.
Yeah, they're all under deals.
The only one who wasn't collecting a check from TKO was Dave LaGreca.
Well, and Thunder Rosa too. Thunder Rosa said like she's iced out. She's not, you know.
What I'm saying is the fact of you got Mark, you got Tommy. Wait a minute, they were all under Legends deals.
Yeah.
So
So then, yeah, then I have to admit that I'm wrong, because I thought this was like he was just taking money on the side to turn it into WWE. No, if he sold it, look, he built his company up. He can sell it. He can do what he wants. I can't.
Well, here's the thing.
I can't judge him.
No, hold on. When Sirius allowed Busted Open to go to 24/7, remember they allowed to go to 24/7. They were giving now blocks to certain people. So Coachman was involved. Sam Roberts was involved. Obviously, Dave was involved and stuff like that.
Baron Corbin.
When you allow that many people to get involved in stuff like that now, Dave was just sitting on the backside. Like, but if you ever listen to the show, if he did his 3-hour show, and that 3-hour show, they only talked for an hour. Everything else was commercials and shit like that.
So that fits right alongside WWE.
So Dave made a fucking great deal.
Right.
Yeah. So basically they just did WWE radio anyway, because that's what we're watching on TV.
Well, again, like
Three
that's
hours
where,
a-
that's where
3
I'm
hour-
coming at it. That's where I'm coming at it, because again, there's all these people on Twitter like, oh, it's gonna be a WWE shill show. I'm just like, you guys have been listening to people who have been under contract with WWE.
Yeah.
for
So
years.
I can't even get mad about that. I was talking. I was saying what I was saying. Hold on.
A year ago.
No, it's all the dumb AEW fans who are pissed off about this. They're
Well,
like,
no,
oh,
Okay. But
About a
was
year
that
ago,
clarified? Was that
NBC,
clarified?
Wait a minute. One thing. About a year ago, NBC on Busted Open. NBC on Sirius would play SmackDown. So you could listen to SmackDown on Sirius Radio. And I would be listening, I'd be driving home listening to it and stuff like that. And I'm like, wrestling on the radio.
What's wrong with that? Yeah, that's how they used to do it.
I'm saying wrestling live on the radio.
Okay, so that's how they used to do it. Do you not remember
how they-
Gordon
honestly-
Soul used to do the same thing years ago, many years
and
ago.
WCW was ahead of its time with that. They would have there's exclusive WCW pay-per-views that they did back like in the early 2000s, like before they closed, that are lost to time because like They had fucking Mike. I think it was Mike Tenay and some. It was I don't know. It was Mike Tenay and someone else.
It was me and Gene Oakland saying, "Call the 900 number."
No, but like they had like there's like full on like shows that they've done, and like they're just lost time because they were on the old school WCW website back like in the early 2000s. So like there's full on shows that are just like
My
lost
thing
of time.
is, to get the two, you got to get the two right guys right now. Let's just say it like it is. If you don't have the two right guys commentating on the matches that are going on live, it's gonna sound like shit. You can't have the ooh, ah, blah, ah, no. You got to do play-by-play, and you got to do play-by-play like you would do in Major League Baseball, football, and stuff like that. When people listen on the radio know everything that's going on in that match.
Well, according to this, what's going to happen is for these play-by-play radio things for WWE Radio or whatever the fuck it's going to be called, it's going to be Booker T and Vic Joseph.
Yes.
And so we're gonna hear. So again, it's gonna be. You have to. If you're imagine if you're blind and all you got is your hearing, and you got to listen to Booker T. Oh, you got
That's what I'm saying.
and then
It's
oh man, yeah.
When you turn something in the radio, think about it like this: how many people in America will watch something on TV, a sporting event? But they'll turn off the sound of what's going on TV to turn it on the radio. Okay. How can you do that for wrestling?
Well, and again, like
He really has become
talking about radio.
that bitter, bitchy old man. You know that, right?
Well,
Because
again,
I
we're talking
swear-
about radio, really.
Hold on. Again, after 80 plus shows, I can honestly say that Gerard has become the old kook. Because he finds anything to bitch about. So hold on, let's just do a quick little replay. So y'all were talking about radio, and then Gerard Jacob decides to go. Yeah, they used to do that all the time. They did this, and that's they were ahead of their game. So then all of a sudden, Gerard's argument changes from they're doing radio to well, you got to find the right guys. If you don't have the right guys to do it, and
I will agree.
Hold on. And if Jacob would have come up with
Could you imagine Vince doing radio right now?
If it was going to make him
back
money.
then, if they had the fucking if they would have given, because again, it's tale as old as times, man. Fucking my grandpa told me he fucking listened to the World Series on radio when he was in the barracks when he was in fucking war. So like, there's a big, and he knew and he saw the plays, and I remember I showed him footage of it, and he had a visceral. He's like, man, I remember seeing that. You know what I mean? So radio does a lot of shit for a lot of people. But again, we're in the fucking 21st century.
We literally just talked about that. So we were talking about an old group called Opie and Anthony, and there were shock jocks, and how they would get away with stuff like they had two fat girls doing stuff.
Imagine if Patrice O'Neal was alive right now.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute.
I missed it.
God damn it!
Did you just
I wholeheartedly believe if Patrice O'Neal was alive right now, he would be the top podcaster in the fucking world.
Yes, 1,000%.
No Joe Rogan.
Jacob.
No Joe Rogan. There'd be no
Have
Bill
you
Burr.
watched her Opie and Opie documentary?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
no,
working
there
on
would
part
be
4.
nothing if Patrice was alive, he'd be the top
Who
podcaster.
the hell is Patrice O'Neal?
How the fuck do you not know who Patrice O'Neal is?
Oh, okay, well, we got to end this podcast right now.
We have to right now because you're fucking.
One of the greatest comedians. Gone way too soon.
Listen,
Gerard, I'm gonna personally send you a comedy. I'm
sorry.
gonna send you Elephant in the Room, and you just gotta watch it.
I listen to a lot of Ron White.
Ron White.
This is
come
gonna
on,
blow.
man.
This is gonna blow your fucking mind.
And
Patrice O'Neal may make fucking.
I love Ron White though.
Hold on.
I will say that.
Elephant in the Room is the greatest
I'm
thing
sorry,
ever.
I'm a Ron White, a George Carlin, a Jay Leno.
Oh, do you like fucking what's his name?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Jeff Foxworthy? You like Jeff
No, I
Foxworthy?
can't stand there. Yeah, listen, Foxworthy, the problem with him is you hear him once, you hear him all the time. Rodney Dangerfield.
You know you're a redneck when you stick your dick in your sister's panties. Like that's just like every fucking Jeff Foxworthy special is like that. Like it's fucking.
All I'm saying is Rodney,
This episode has gone off the fucking rails.
Rodney, George, Ron White, Bill Engvall. I can listen to these guys. Jeff Dunham.
Oh, Jeff Dunham. Come on, man.
Heck,
So, y'all were talking earlier about Vince being racist. And I wanna
Oh, my
counter that.
favorite comedian of all time is fucking, fucking, what's his name? Who's the one in the wheelchair?
hey, Jacob.
Jesus. Okay, hold on. Time out. She said y'all are talking about Vince being racist. How are we just gonna?
He's not racist. Let's look at a behind the scenes look at his character.
No,
creation.
Sam Kinison, honestly, is my favorite comedian of all time. I will say
He was
that.
the greatest.
I want to thank you for coming down here regarding your interest in becoming a pro wrestler.
Pleasure's all mine, Mr. McMahon. I've dreamed of this day since I was a kid.
Well, I'm glad to make that dream come true.
All right.
Well, let's get down to business. Your portfolio states that you're a D1 athlete, remarkable college football player, bench 450 pounds, squat 640 pounds, and you even have a history of being a black belt in karate. Damn, pal, that's impressive.
I guess you could say that.
Now, what does your parents do for work?
My mother is an elementary school teacher. My father, he's a plumber by trade, but...
Oh, I got it! You, Dequarius Jackson, the ultimate nigga dookie plunging machine.
Bye, Vince.
Wait, listen. You walk to the ring with a plunger, a watermelon, and you wearing a jumpsuit.
Good day, Vince.
Your finishing move will be the plunger of doom, where you stick and shove that thing in your opponent's face.
Goodbye, Vince.
We'll even spray fart spray on you so the fans can really smell the character. Nigga, hell no! Damn, what's your weird ass? I give you a $300,000 a year contract. Where do I sign?
Again, I want
to... folks, just remember that that's not too far off.
We did have Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Well, and we had, Akeem the African Dream.
We had
Vince, looking at Sabu. You must be a member of the Taliban.
We had the Mexicals.
Hey,
Mexicals right now.
You had a guy named Doink the Clown that was played by numerous people.
How does that context to anything we did? What the fuck does that have to anything we just said? Never change. Never fucking change. You just stay the same crazy old bastards.
Yeah, no, we're talking about race relations, and Gerard's like, "Yep, we didn't have the ice cream truck come to my house this weekend."
That was good.
I'm just saying.
A Canadian wrestler was called the Mountie. Was that more up your alley?
Who would get arrested if he played the Mountie gimmick in Canada?
Yeah.
Impersonating.
Gerard was more offended about the Canadian versus USA things than he was about.
Think about that one. He would actually be in threat of being arrested if he played the Mountie in Canada.
You would know. You were the Mountie, so look at the picture. It looks just like you.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go to this.
He does. You just look just like the fucking Mountie. That's a young Gerard. Spitting fucking image.
Sorry, I don't wear the Ray-Bans.
Okay, just because you don't wear the fucking glasses.
I will say this.
Okay, Gerard, literally, all you have to do is just put on that outfit.
Hey, I will say this though. I'll take that Intercontinental title.
I mean, I think every fucking wrestler ever would take that Intercontinental because that's the best looking Intercontinental title.
Absolutely.
We just talk about the Intercontinental title now. It looks fucking terrible. The fucking belts look like toys. And I hate saying that because, when The Rock came out and he fucking dismissed the spinner belt, he's like, yeah, the belt should never look like a toy. And it's like, yeah, no, all the belts kind of do look like
the belt should never be a cure for autism or ADHD.
Well, and that's exclusively why,
Now, if it was now let me argue this. If the belt wasn't a spinner, I'd like the thick design of the belt. It looked like.
I mean, you say a cure for autism. That's why I'm glad Seth Rollins got to be the first world heavyweight champion. I'm glad that he really had to really feel like he had to come out there and laugh, and just tarnish the belt. Chris Van Vliet, my favorite belt was the last one because I feel like I really made that world heavyweight title when he just went out there and looked like a fucking goofy goober, Why
do you hate him so much?
Okay, listen.
Hold on,
Hate implies
probably Gooker.
Okay, so hate implies something else. Okay, we're talking about wrestlers I hate. I hate guys like fucking, Roman Reigns when his first, initial run happened. I hate that dude. I hate Austin Aries in his initial run, in fucking TNA. I hate Jay Lethal now. So, that's but Seth Rollins, I've never hated. I've never really hated. But now I actually pure hate him. Because it's just like, every time I see him, it's just like, what does he have to offer? He ruined Braun Breaker, and not that Braun Breaker was ever anything.
I think Braun Breaker's lack of vocal skills ruined Braun Breaker.
I think again we can get back to this. My conspiracy theory is that Braun Breaker did not get a hernia. I think he had a panic attack. And they stripped away his fucking push that he was about to get. Because when we watched that Unreal thing, he was supposed to win the Royal Rumble, apparently. And I'm of the belief that he had a panic attack and he couldn't deal with the pressure. Now, this is a guy who has the worst gear I've ever seen on anyone.
He just wears a singlet.
Wears a singlet that says badass on the front, says dog on the right leg, said speed limit 23, and you told me the last time we talked about this. So he runs 23 miles per hour.
They clocked him out apparently.
I got to ask you something because we only got 3 minutes left. The greatest quarterback of all time slapped Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, so we got to talk. We're gonna get to this. So
okay, so let's do that right now. With 3 minutes left, Gerard, it's the happiest day of your life. The quarterback that abandoned you because your team sucks and went to Tampa Bay and won them a championship. Slap Logan Paul. Go.
Beautiful. The only problem I'm going to have with this is this. What are they going to do with it? If they do nothing with it, why do you even have it go that way? If they do nothing.
I did enjoy him flipping off Logan Paul at the World Cup, and he did look like a fucking gangster.
I listen. Money-wise, we know who is richer. Athletic-wise, we know.
Do we?
We know athletically.
Do we know who's richer?
Like, I'll put it like this. Tom has had the more popular wives.
So is everybody else.
My question is this, okay, when it comes to this. Where are they going to go with it? What direction? And can they sell it?
Can they sell it? Yes.
Can they sell it?
Yes. Now, I'm looking at it from, if you look at it, even 20 years ago, Tom Brady at WrestleMania, that would have sold gangbusters. This has Vince written all over it. And I got to be fucking honest with you.
It wouldn't have sold. I'm going to tell you why it wouldn't have sold. Bill Belichick wouldn't have allowed it to sell.
No, but that's true. But if Vince would have gotten this, Vince would have fucking loved it. So
think about what he did. Hey, think about what he did with Gronkowski. Because that's my.
Who cares about Gronkowski, man? I'm from Arizona, and I don't even give a shit about
Gronkowski get involved?
Gronkowski's mother doesn't give a shit about Gronkowski.
Does Gronkowski get involved? Which means this freaking.
Oh, come on! Now you're just man. Now you just said that.
So hold on. Time out, everybody. Time out.
I can see that happening, though. To be honest with you, now that you just said that,
do you see how excited both of you fucking idiots got about Tom fucking Brady? I don't want to hear shit about the Knicks anymore.
No. Listen,
y'all are some fucking hypocrites right now because y'all are all like, "Oh my god, a celebrity is gonna be there." It's Tom Brady.
If they're bringing in fucking dumbass Gronk, then yeah, it's gonna fucking work.
Jacob,
well, what the fuck does that mean?
You know what? Hey, you know what I'd rather watch?
Jelly Roll.
Wedding.
I'd rather watch fucking The Donkey Show and Clerks 2,
All of you Marks have been listening to the Marks Podcast on YouTube.